At La Promesa, we are a dual language campus, which means we serve students and teach them in both English and Spanish. Because of this, our campus has adopted a few different routines that help our students make content comprehensible and help enhance their language acquisition. These routines are meant to help students accelerate their language acquisition and be able to internalize what they're learning in each of their classes. These routines are used in all courses, including electives. What we will be looking at today is how we use the STAR strategy, which is an annotation strategy that is not unique to our campus. This strategy is used to help our students break down a reading piece and be able to use their strategies in order to really understand the language and the content that is being tested. When we look at STAR, there are 4 parts that go into this. First, students are asked to scan the question or the questions that are tied to a piece of text.
So we're going to start with scanning the question, right? We always start with the question because we want to read with a purpose. What is purpose?
This text can both be written or an audio text. In this case, we are going to be looking at how students are going to scan a question for a test assessment for U.S. history. Students will look at the question, break it down by finding keywords, and reword it either in their native language or rephrasing it in the target language, which in this case is English. The next step is usually to target the text. Because this is a U.S. history class, we know that the text is going to be informational, which has already been covered in the past, so this step will not be shown in this practice. The third step is to annotate, which is the big piece that our students struggle with at times. They struggle differentiating between what are the most important pieces versus the least important.
There was never the least attention paid to what was cut up for sausage. I'm going to stop there. Think. Any key words you notice in that first section? Least attention. Okay. Any words before that pop up?
Never.
Never. There was never what? What is the least? Minimum, like most minimum, right? So no attention, right? No attention to what was cut up for what? Sausage. Do we know what sausage is?
No.
Ooh, no. Can somebody say what sausage is? There we go, salchicha. So we never paid attention to what was in the sausage, salchicha. Perfect.
Because most of the students at our campus are emergent bilingual students, it is very difficult at times to be able to differentiate what words are necessary in order to build meaning. This is why we take time to help students understand that if they understand most of the key words, they're able to build meaning without the need to translate every single word in a text. This is one of the great benefits of the annotation. With the annotation strategy, it's very important that teachers take the time to model. That is why, as the instructional specialist at my campus, I take time during our team meetings to model some of these different routines with teachers so that we can work through it together and find where students might find discrepancies and how we can help build and work together to grow our students' language and comprehension. In this video, we are going to see an example of a social studies group looking at one of these test questions, breaking it down, and getting to the response piece. Once we get to that last piece in the STAR strategy, students are asked to respond by using process of elimination. Again, the annotation comes in because we ask students to look at the keywords in each question to help narrow down what would be the best answer.
We are going to use process of elimination to find the best answer, okay? Remember, think of those keywords we just talked about, okay? So you have A, B, C, and D. With your partner, talk about, I think blank should be eliminated because, blank should also be eliminated because, and then once we eliminate the 2 that are the least possible, then we'll go into what might be the answer.
For our ESL or EB students, we've seen that going through these steps really helps them slow down, think about what they're reading, really focus in on key vocabulary, and have a better chance of having success when they are taking these assessments. Because our school is a high school, students do not have a lot of time to acquire their new language, which means content and language must be supported at the same time, and we must do our best to help accelerate that learning. In this example, hopefully we will see how some of these practices and routines can help our students be successful.